The wind in Batanes carries whispers of change, swirling through the jagged cliffs and over the rolling hills, as if the very air is alive with secrets. Here the wind is more than just a force of nature. It is a messenger, hinting at the transformations that lie ahead. There is a tension new to these ancient islands, a sense of anticipation that crackles beneath the surface, unsettling the peace that has long defined this remote corner of the Philippines. On Mavulis, the northernmost tip of the country, a lone Philippine flag flutters defiantly against the churning gray of the Luzon Strait. Its fabric strains in the relentless wind, a symbol of resilience and sovereignty standing guard at the edge of the nation. This isn't just weather, this is geopolitics unfolding in real time. The storms that batter these shores now carry the weight of international rivalry and strategic maneuvering. The question hangs over every fishing boat and stone house. Are we next? Fishermen cast their nets with a wary eye on the horizon, and families gather in their stone homes, wondering what tomorrow might bring. The world's eyes are on this remote Philippine outpost, where serene beauty masks a growing unease. The mist that drapes the hills seems to hide not just the landscape, but the anxieties of a people on the brink of change. U.S. and Philippine military personnel move with purpose along a newly lengthened airstrip in Basco. Their presence is a reminder that Batanes is no longer just a distant paradise, but a strategic foothold in a region bracing for uncertainty. China, just over 100 miles away, looms large, its shadow stretching across the Bashi Channel. The proximity is a constant reminder of the delicate balance of power and the risks that come with it. The local Batanes, who have weathered typhoons for centuries, now face a different kind of storm. One made not of rain and wind, but of uncertainty and fear. Their resilience is being tested in new and unfamiliar ways. Headlines tell a story of escalation. Manila rushes, Batanes defenses amid China drills. Each new headline brings a fresh wave of anxiety as the world watches and waits. For generations, Batanes was a place to escape the world, a postcard of rolling hills and unique stone houses. Life here moved at the pace of the tides, untouched by the chaos beyond its shores. Now, the island province is a pawn in a great power competition, its strategic location transforming it into a front line. The tranquility of the past is giving way to the realities of global politics. The rumble of construction equipment competes with the sound of the waves as new infrastructure rises to meet the demands of defense and deterrence. The landscape itself is changing, shaped by forces far beyond these shores. The calm that once defined these islands has been broken, replaced by a fragile quiet. After sunset, the streets are emptier, the conversations more hushed, as uncertainty settles in with the night. The people of Batanes are holding their breath, caught between the deep blue sea and fears of conflict. Their lives, once shaped by the rhythms of nature, are now intertwined with the headlines etched in the wind, waiting, watching, and hoping for peace. To understand what's at stake, one must first understand what Batanes was. For centuries, this archipelago was a world unto itself, isolated from the rest of the Philippines. The Batanes, a resilient people, built iconic stone houses to withstand typhoons. Life followed the rhythms of the seasons, not global politics. The Batan way of life was built on bayanihan, a spirit of communal unity. This peaceful isolation was Batan's defining characteristic, a sanctuary and living museum. The Batans have always seen themselves as guardians of this land, their identity linked to its unique landscape. But now, a man-made tempest of global ambition threatens to erode not just their peace, but the very soul of their homeland. The transformation of Batanes began subtly, then accelerated with alarming speed. Roads are being widened, and the airstrip in Basco has been lengthened for larger aircraft. This development is not for tourism, it is for defense. New naval facilities are being constructed and existing ports expanded. The military presence has become a new feature of the landscape, with regular patrols and joint exercises. For the Batans, this rapid militarization is a source of deep anxiety. The construction boom brings jobs and money, but also disruption and a sense of loss. The quiet solitude that was once their greatest treasure is being shattered by the noise of progress. The islands are being fortified, but many locals feel their tranquility is being sacrificed. Why Batanes? Why now? The answer lies in geography. The Batanes island group sits at the nexus of critical geopolitical fault lines. It forms the southern boundary of the Bashi Channel, a strategically significant choke point. For China, control of the Bashi Channel is non-negotiable for its global ambitions. For the Philippines and the U.S., Batanes is an indispensable piece of the deterrence puzzle. The islands have transformed from a geographical feature into a geostrategic prize. The fate of regional stability could be decided by who controls this small, windswept archipelago. The influx of military personnel has brought an economic tide to Batanes. Local guest houses and inns are fully booked, and businesses are booming. The demand for labor has provided jobs for many Ivatans. Some locals see this as a long overdue investment in their province. However, this economic boom is a double-edged sword, cutting deep with anxiety. Many fear that prosperity comes at too high a price, making them a target. The social fabric is showing signs of strain, with rising costs and cultural disruption. The economic opportunities are real, but so are the anxieties, creating a troubling paradox. The changes in Batanes are a manifestation of a revitalized alliance between the Philippines and the U.S. The Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement grants U.S. forces access to strategic locations. Batanes has become a poster child for this new era of the alliance. The U.S. military is investing heavily in upgrading infrastructure as a strategic investment. This alliance reshapes the security architecture of the region, strengthening the defensive posture. The American presence acts as a tripwire, transforming a regional dispute into a global crisis. For the Philippines, it means walking a tightrope between deterrence and provocation. The U.S. alliance provides security but also makes the country a more prominent target. For the people of Batanes, their home is now on the front line of America's forward defense. Talk to the people of Batanes, and you'll hear a symphony of conflicting emotions. In every conversation, there is a delicate balance between optimism and anxiety, a sense that the future is both promising and uncertain. The hopes and fears are often generational, a divide between the young and the old. Each group carries its own dreams and worries, shaped by the changing tides of time and experience. Young people see opportunity and development, a pathway to a better life. They are eager to embrace new technologies, education, and the chance to connect with the wider world, believing that progress can bring prosperity to their remote islands. They express patriotic pride, believing their islands play a crucial role in national defense. For them, Batanes is not just a home, but a vital part of the nation's story, a place where their identity and the country's security are intertwined. But for the older generation, fear is more potent than hope. Their memories are filled with stories of hardship and resilience, and they worry that the changes ahead may come at too high a cost. They worry about the loss of their culture and the shadow of war. The elders see the influx of outsiders and the growing military presence as threats to the traditions that have defined Ivatan life for centuries. Elders remember a time of peace, seeing the military buildup as a magnet for conflict. The quiet beauty of their homeland now feels fragile, as if it could be shattered by forces beyond their control. They fear the loss of their language, traditions, and the spirit of Kapay Vanuvanua. Passing on these customs to the next generation has become more urgent than ever, as the world around them changes rapidly. The voices on the wind in Batanes tell a complex story of a people caught between progress and peril. Every gust carries both the promise of a brighter tomorrow and the echoes of a cherished past at risk of fading away. The future of Batanes is held in the balance, a testament to a culture of trust and resilience. No matter what lies ahead, the Ivatan people stand together, determined to protect their heritage while forging a path forward. The fate of Batanes is tied to the Bashi Channel, a critical artery for global trade. Any disruption in the channel would send shockwaves through the global economy. Militarily, the channel is a powder keg, vital for China's naval strategy. The U.S. and its allies see it as a choke point to be denied to China. The risk of miscalculation is high, with both sides viewing the channel as vital. Chinese warships and aircraft conduct almost daily patrols and drills. The U.S. Navy conducts freedom of navigation operations to challenge China's claims. The Bashi Channel has become a stage for a tense, dangerous dance of military posturing. A single mistake could ignite a conflict with catastrophic consequences. Today, Batanes stands as a watchtower of the Pacific, its rugged cliffs and steadfast lighthouse guarding not just the islands themselves, but the fragile peace of the entire Indo-Pacific region. Here, the land meets the vast ocean, and the horizon seems to stretch into uncertainty, echoing the delicate balance that defines this place. The islands are a microcosm of the region's broader anxieties, a symbol of difficult choices faced by small communities caught between powerful forces. For the Ivatan people, every day brings a new set of questions about identity, security, and the future. The balance sought here is precarious, caught between the need for security and the desire for sovereignty, between the promise of opportunity and the imperative of preservation. The presence of military forces alongside local fishermen highlights the tension between tradition and change. The path forward is fraught with uncertainty. Each decision made here ripples outward, affecting not just the islands but the entire region. The future feels as unpredictable as the weather that sweeps across these hills and shores. Will the military buildup serve as a shield, deterring aggression and keeping the peace? Or will it transform these tranquil islands into a target, drawing the attention of those who seek to challenge the status quo? The Ivatan people live with this question daily, trading the tranquility of their ancestral home for a new role on the front lines of global competition. Their routines, farming, fishing, gathering as families, are now shadowed by the presence of uncertainty and vigilance. The international community watches Batanes closely, seeing it as a critical indicator of intent and capability in the region. Every development here is scrutinized, every decision weighed for its potential impact far beyond these shores. The story of Batanes is now a global one, reflecting the changing nature of power, the shifting alliances, and the very real human cost of competition. The faces in the market, the children at play, all are touched by forces much larger than themselves. The future of Batanes is held in the balance, a testament to a culture built on trust, resilience, and the enduring hope that peace can prevail. The community's unity is both their shield and their strength. The world watches, waiting to see which way the wind will blow and whether Batanes can continue to stand as a beacon of hope amid the gathering storms.